What's up guys, this is Cody here, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 reasons why you should not buy the iPad Pro. So first is the operating system. So they're calling this the iPad Pro, but it's still running iOS, which is a powerful operating system, but it's a mobile operating system. So if you're looking for a MacBook or laptop replacement, this thing's probably not going to do it if you need specific applications on your computer that aren't available in the App Store. Which brings me to my next point, which is apps. So while the App Store is massive, it's still not going to provide a lot of full-featured applications, professional applications, that a lot of people are going to need for their computer if they use this as a laptop or MacBook replacement. I mean, that right there makes the iPad feel a lot less pro than Apple is trying to make this out to be. Not to mention all the applications that you use on your iPhone or your previous generation iPads, they just don't look that great on the iPad Pro just yet because they're not optimized for the screen size and the resolution. But obviously, if you wait a little bit longer, this is going to, be updated pretty soon, hopefully, for those applications that you use on a daily basis. But if you get one right now, you're still going to be dealing with all that blurriness and, just not great looking applications. But we still don't see any full featured applications like Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere or any real video editing software that professionals would actually use. As well as for my job specifically, I need to be able to create virtual machines as well as terminals and use SSH, and that's just not something that I'm going to be able to do on an iPad Pro because there's just not any great applications for that particular use case. Now, a lot of you guys are probably thinking, well, I don't need to use video editing software. I don't need to, create virtual machines or use SSH or terminals or anything like that. And that's probably true. But at the same time, this is a Pro version. And at the cost of this iPad Pro, I expect it to be able to do everything that a computer can do, and it definitely falls short. Next is accessories. So when you unbox this thing, all you get is a wall charger, a charging cable, and the iPad Pro. You don't get anything like a keyboard, the Apple Pencil, headphones, anything like that. All that stuff's gonna cost extra, and as expensive as the iPad Pro is, this can become a pretty steep investment really quick. So now let's talk about price. So if you're thinking about picking up the cheapest iPad Pro that there is, that's the 32GB Wi-Fi model, and we're talking $866 right off the bat, tax included. But if you're picking up the iPad Pro, the thought is that you're going to use it as a laptop replacement. So that means you're probably going to want to upgrade the storage to 128 gigs, which means you're bumping up that price another $150. And at the same time, if it's a laptop replacement, you need a keyboard. And that keyboard is going to cost you $185, tax included. So with those 3 things, we're talking $1,135, and that's assuming that you don't need to pick up the $100 Apple Pencil. Now, there's also no 3D Touch on the iPad Pro, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, if you're thinking about purchasing the iPad Pro, that probably means that you're staying on the bleeding edge of Apple products. So you've probably been using the iPhone 6s or the iPhone 6s Plus, which means you've probably been using the 3D Touch. I mean, I find myself continuously trying to use 3D Touch on the iPad Pro just, out of habit. And obviously it's not working because it doesn't exist. Again, Pro version, but it's lacking features. So my final thoughts, is this the best iPad ever? Yeah, but it's still an iPad. I think the word Pro is used pretty loosely since this is really not for, power users or tech savvy people. So really the only way that I would recommend you purchasing an iPad Pro is if you're trying to replace your MacBook or laptop, and the only thing that's really holding you back from using a previous generation iPad is a bigger screen as well as horsepower, and or you have to use that Apple Pencil on a daily basis. So really the iPad Pro is for people that are just going to be surfing the web using Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, any social media for that matter, or just watching Netflix. So while the performance on the iPad Pro is really, really good, the applications in order to take advantage of that horsepower just isn't there just yet for pro users. So that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you guys think about the iPad Pro in the comments below. Of course, if you guys agree with me, let me know. If you don't, let me know too, because I like to open up the discussion of the iPad Pro and what it's good for, what it's not. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you smack that like button. I really appreciate it. Of course, if you guys want to see more of my videos, then go ahead and subscribe. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.